first video because I never actually followed through on any kind of updates, which is unsurprising given where my mind's been. But the name change went well. Got that done, officialized in November 2022. Then it was just catch up after that, just messaging companies of the change. Enlistment, Marines said no. It wasn't a hard no, but it sounds like they didn't want to be bothered with all of the paperwork and whatnot, which is unsurprising, unfortunate, that definitely hit, but I just moved over to the Navy and since then been trying to get that moving, and so far I've had to just hand in documentation and hope that was enough. Hoping to hear back something by the end of this month. Today is August the 22nd, 2023. Time is approximately 10:55 at night. Almost a year since I made the first video, hence why I need the more frequent updates. I guess the only positive update is that I've settled out a little more. My mind's become a lot clearer, I think, in terms of just trying to move towards what I want to achieve. And in other ways, not so much. In other ways, it's still very all over the place and directionless. The overarching goal of wanting to enlist, though, even though it's kind of stalled, it's still maintain course, and that is still the primary goal at hand. But everything else is sort of just flatlined. I'm not sure if it's because I'm losing that drive, that ambition. I don't want to say no, but maybe it is. I just keep getting older and older, and the only thing that really changes is the number. As far as accomplishing what I want to accomplish, so much of it is a very, very slow pace. The biggest accomplishment so far was that the book I started almost 4 years ago at this point has pretty much been completed. I'm currently working on the polishing stage, the second rewrite, and then I'll probably have to go through it one more time just for polishing, just to double check before I can get published. Put it through the editor, good response there. Can't really get anyone to read it, although that might be because it's a book and who the hell reads books anymore. But I finished it. 4 years took me, but I finally finished it. Other than that, I tried playing around with different ideas, different goals of what to do, trying to get, different careers started and stuff like that, but again, so much of it is just stalled, and again, anything I might start just kind of ends up conflicting with the long-term goal of going back to school for architecture. And not to say that I can't learn something significant, but time and time goes on, companies don't want to hire you if you have no intent to stay long-term, and even if you do, that doesn't always mean you'll make it through the door. So of course, my lack of enthusiasm, I guess, kind of comes out during that period, but it is what it is. So lots of thoughts on that. Maybe I'll get to it in a video, but I think right now my biggest focus probably has just been on exercise, trying to lose weight, which I have not been doing very successfully, as those habits are very, very hard to break. I've had some success, not a whole lot. In terms of fitness, though, it's definitely gotten a lot better, definitely a lot more square to where I need to be, but still not where I want to be, at least to start. Still accomplished some of the things on my, my little goal list and whatnot. The name change was definitely up there, but still living in the same place I have been for the last year, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the situation right now. Um, I think realistically, what I'm going to try to do is to finish this book, get back into blogging, see if I can't kind of build some kind of brand or business around this. I don't know. All that to me is a little weird, but it might, take my mind off of waiting around, because I seem to be doing more and more of that these days. It's just waiting around for the next thing to happen, and I don't like it. Mm. Yeah, I mean, as far as life updates go, it's that's about the crux of what's happened. Not much else has happened. I mean, if everything goes well, I should ship out, by the end of the year. That's if everything goes well. That's if they don't constantly need more documentation and shit like that, but who knows. Um, Beyond that, just trying to get this book published and see if anyone responds to it. Definitely keep thinking if I should wait to start the next one. I think the answer is increasingly becoming no, don't wait, just start it. I don't like starting a new project though until I finish the old one, so um, hopefully I can get this initial book wrapped up, and then I can finally move on with the story. But that's all I can think of for now.